Hello and welcome to today's lesson from the world's leading experts in confinement, our prison residents. As our world starts to open back up again, it's creating situations where yet again our environment is fluctuating, where we have new rules and norms and different constraints to live under. And so our environment is fluctuating and continuing to be uncertain, which means that our needs and our desires and our boundaries in this fluctuating environment are also fluctuating. And so how do we find ourselves in all of this, especially when we want to engage with other people and we're confronted with their fluctuating needs and desires and boundaries? Well, as simple as it sounds, I have found time and time again, and again, countless examples of this in prison, how the most profound outcomes come from when I'm able to respect my own boundaries while I'm respecting the boundaries of another. Now that sounds easy to say, and I think Cynthia, who leads our conflict resolution program, has a wonderful graphic that she brings into that program that I think depicts this so well. And in this diagram we see the avoiding turtle who goes back in its shell and creates lose-lose situations. And we see the teddy bear that's accommodating and gives everything away to the other person. And then we see the shark who is looking to grab everything for him or herself, leaving nothing for others. But what I really want to focus on today are the other two. And so what we so often believe is that the common ground between my needs and someone else's needs is found by that fox who will, give some away to be able to keep some for himself. Okay? We believe that to find a common ground, we have to let go of some things that matter to us to be able to keep some of the other things that matter to us. And I have found that always leads to a suboptimal situation, which is depicted on this graphic on the fact that it is not at 100% of one person and 100% of the other. And so can we be the wise owl in these situations? Can we approach a situation knowing and trusting that there is an outcome that, if I can use some economic terms, maximizes my desires and maximizes the other person's desires, and creates a whole new higher common ground that usually is way more powerful than what we had imagined. And actually the example that's popping into mind and I want to share with you is one that I'm confronted with right now, where I am moving in with my boyfriend right now, which means that we are taking two spaces and moving them and creating one. And as you can imagine, we have very different ways of filling and creating our spaces. And it's been just magical to see that when we approach a situation of figuring out what we want to do with a certain space, from a place of recognizing and my articulating what matters to me and what I want to see in it, and then for him to express what matters to him and what he wants to see in it, and then kind of figuring out how we're going to mesh these together. Well, I'll tell you, in several different occasions, right here on the side of me as well as upstairs, things look totally different than what I had imagined and what he had imagined. But we've created a space that we actually think is so much cooler and so much more representative of who we are individually and who we are together. So that's my invitation to you, is have the courage to respect your own boundaries while you respect the boundaries of others. And I will bet that you will find outcomes that are so much more powerful than what you had originally anticipated and thought would be the outcome. It might require a little bit of tugging and holding tension between different ideas for a little while, because it doesn't usually pop out right away. But if you're able to hold that tension between you and the other for a little bit as you figure it out and figure out how to move all the different pieces to make them fit together, you might come out with something that looks way more magical than you had expected. Enjoy, have fun, experiment, and always remember to be compassionate to yourself and everyone around you, especially as we work through these constantly changing times. Have a brilliant day.